Let me just ask you a follow-up on that about who would be in your cabinet, in your administration. If you are the nominee, which I know you expect to be, who would be in the running for vice president?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. I mean, I know who it's going to be.
Give us a hint.
We'll do another show sometime.
Well, what about any of the people who you've run against? Would you be open to mending fences with any of them?
I will. I've already started to like Christie better.
Christie for vice president?
I don't see it. That would be an upset. Christie for vice president. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce.
Yes, there is fake news circulating on social media about Trump VP. Some says Vivek. A lot of names are coming out. I have seen articles even from Fox News and the New York Post talking about this. When you take a look at this article, Trump team reached out to RK early on about serving as VP. The same article was published by Fox News, but what I realized, it was a different story. At the end of this video, we are going to find out who that person is. If you are not subscribed, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, share out this video. Take a look at these articles. You will realize they are talking the same thing. This person is speculating Trump would take a woman as VP. Trump said he would take this person as VP. Everybody just claim like they have the information. But why is this concerning?
Okay, just for fun, I want to play another clip from this interview. Now, you made a salient point, I think, about American sentiment toward our founding fathers. This was great. Watch.
John Adams, you know who his son is? John Quincy Adams. And you know what he went back to Congress with? Was one thing he regretted not doing as a president, was abolishing slavery.
But you can't tell people just to ignore the fact that Thomas Jefferson
I'm not telling people to ignore it, to say that we're not going to listen to Thomas Jefferson or that our founding was illegitimate because they were deeply imperfect and flawed.
First of all, Vivek, nice looking in the black T-shirt, okay? That was very cool, to be on with him for that. But why do you think some Republicans seem to have such difficulty with the American past and history? They get very scared when they're talking about people like Thomas Jefferson.
See, look, I'm open about the fact that Thomas Jefferson was my favorite president. He signed the Declaration of Independence, Laura, at the age of 33, while also actually inventing the swivel chair. Think about that. These people were inventors. They were intellectuals. And yes, they were also our founding leaders. Were they imperfect? Of course they were, in the same way that you and I and every American and every person today is too. And the very people who are decrying our founding fathers for being the slaveholders, following the written lines you're supposed to recite, Republicans and Democrats alike, they're the very people who would have been the slaveholders 250 years ago. And so our founding fathers, they were not the conformists. They were the pioneers. They were the explorers. And what I want to revive is that founding spirit, not by claiming that they were perfect, but by recognizing their imperfections, they were still committed to the pursuit of a more perfect union. And that's what we are as a country. We're not perfect, but we're founded on the pursuit of a more perfect union. That is what makes America great. And I think that's what Republicans need to stop being so shy about and start actually celebrating and wearing on our sleeve.
If you ever get a chance to debate or talk to like Kamala Harris, and Biden's not going to be debating, I don't think anyone, but it'd be good just to say, why shouldn't George Washington be banned? If you're going to take all these other names off, all these statues down, why should Washington still be around as any figure we revere, given his slave-holding past?
I'll file that away, Laura, and I'm looking forward to hearing Kamala's answer. I don't expect it to be super coherent, but I'll be sure to face off with her on it.
All right, but she'll repeat the same phrase over and over again. All right, Vivek, great to see you.
Yes, Laura is close to Trump. She sent this out on Twitter.
The biggest donors to Nikki Haley include the very people who have been actually funding to keep Donald Trump off the ballot from a left-wing perspective. So like Reid Hoffman is one such person. And the thing, he's the founder of LinkedIn, which, by the way, censored me early in this campaign for making factual statements about climate change. And then they said it violated their policies on hate speech, misinformation, and violence when we challenged them on what was inaccurate about it. after I shared it with, we just shared our email exchanges with the New York Post, which printed it. Microsoft then comes out and says, "Oh no, your account was locked in error," which is funny. It makes it sound like a technical glitch. That's just a funny side story. But
this is the type of stuff that happens behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
While you're running.
This guy's funding Nikki Haley in an attempt to do what exactly?
Just to have her be Donald Trump in the primary.
I think the idea would be she's much more beatable in a general election.
So no, I don't think that's the idea at all, actually. I think the idea is she's actually going to be more effective than Biden at advancing certain of the agendas, actually.
But does he support...
And the Democratic brand is kind of tarnished right now. And if they get Biden, he's started to lose his use as the leader of their pawn on the chessboard, but then they got this thing called a Kamala Harris problem.
Yes.
And so one better way to do that is, the Democratic Party's brand is a little tarnished. We get to have the illusion of nonpartisanship. Put in somebody else we can control and just all.
President Trump campaign manager said it is 100% fake news that the Trump campaign approached RFK Jr. to be Trump VP. Another person wrote, "This is 100% fake news. No one from the Trump campaign ever approached RFK Jr. or ever will. One of the most liberal and radical environmentalists in the country." So you will now understand exactly the kind of image they are struggling to paint here. Even the New York Post shocked me. I didn't believe they can sell this. Going down on this year article, people close to former President Trump made preliminary overtures to Robert F. Kennedy about the possibility of serving as his running mate. The Post has learned Trump operative expressed an interest in Kennedy earlier on, but it was all premature, said one person familiar with the matter, adding that it was right out of the box when Bobby announced in April 2023 he was running for president. "Anything possible. I will not write it off by any means," the insider continued. Kennedy 70, who initially was running as a Democrat but is now an independent, was not interested and has continued to shut down speculation that he would ever take a job as Trump VP. "I have heard the concept. It is not surprising," Timothy Mellon, who has donated at least $5 million to Kennedy's super PAC, told the Post, a second large donor to both Trump and Kennedy, said the movement to draft Kennedy, the son of former Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was assassinated while campaigning for president in 1968 in Los Angeles, is still alive in Trump's cycle. Okay, now you can see exactly what they published. They claim, according to the insider, this is what happened, but Trump campaign made it clear that we should understand that it was fake news and all lies. Fox News actually published an article similar to this, referencing the New York Post, so you can see exactly how they spread fake news without verifications. This is Vivek talking about, Trump VP. He has an interest in that. I want to know your thoughts about Vivek. Do you trust him that much that can, render him that job? There are a lot of people that speculate that Trump will pick a woman as VP. I don't know about that. I really want to know your thoughts on this. Please drop under the comment section and share the video. God bless you as you do that.